Hi, Amy here. I hope you're well. So, as you know, with Mooeys, we are really passionate about nurturing your natural nail health. And this is the precise reason why we have implemented the 3 infill rule, where we won't do more than 3 infills before we recommend you have a removal and a redo. Now, the reason we do this is because we need to check the health of your natural nail. We need to make sure that everything is tickety-boo and okay and healthy for another application. Now, because we have implemented this rule, there's a few things that have come up that we in the industry see now and again. However, it does cause a little bit of concern, and I wanted to explain what's happening, why it happens, and how we can prevent it and make sure it doesn't happen going forward. So the first thing is something called Greenies. Now, we call them Greenies in the beauty industry. It can be green nail syndrome, I think is another terminology for it. And the thing is, when you Google this, you get shown so much. Some of it is really scary stuff. Now, there is a lot of doctors and dermatologists out there that put a lot of the blame of Greenies onto nail techs or beauty salons. And then you've also got the other side where you've got nail trainers and nail brands and beauty therapists and nail techs that are putting a lot of it on the client's perspective. And I feel like it's a lot of noise and there's a lot of scaremongering. And I wanted to come on and kind of explain the science behind it and also explain what we do to prevent it. That it can't always be prevented, and this is why. The bacteria that causes these greenies is called Pseudomonas aeruginosa. It's a mouthful, right? Now, this particular bacteria, when it multiplies, it produces a waste that causes the green. Gross, I know. But this particular bacteria is found in so many places. It's found in normal water, like hose water. It's found in hot tubs really commonly. It's found in swimming pools. It's found in soil. For those of you that like gardening without any gloves. So also, what happens with this bacteria is it likes a moist, sorry for people that don't like that word, it loves a moist environment. Now, nail extensions are a bit of a problem for this, because what happens is if you've got this particular bacteria on your nail plate and then you stick a full tip extension on, if there's any air bubbles or any moisture there, then it is like a recipe for disaster. So as nail techs, we try really hard to make sure there's no air bubbles. We will use acetone to cleanse your nail plate before we apply any gel product. We will do everything we can. We sterilize our tools between each client. We sterilize and spray our files. We spray our hands. We do everything we can. Sometimes it just happens. A massive culprit of this particular problem is lifting. So, you know, we recommend an infill sort of every 2 to 3 weeks maximum. We know that some people love pushing that to 3 to 4 weeks. But if there's any lifting or any gap between the gel product and the nail plate, water gets in that carries this bacteria, boom, that's what happens. So it's not necessarily just a hygiene problem, and it's not necessarily just a gardening with no gloves problem. It's a combination of different things. It's not mold, first of all, because I know that when you have it, it can look really unsightly and you can be very concerned that it's fungus or mold, and it's not. It can lead to infection though. And this is why we do a removal after 3 infills, because we have to make sure that everything's okay. So if that leads to an infection, then what's happening is then the gel nail has been on for too long, and then the bacteria started going into your nail plate. Also, there's another situation that comes up called oncoliosis. Now, oncoliosis is trauma to the nail. It can be caused by different things. It can be caused by an allergy to the gel. I've done a video before about allergies. Some people can take it, some people can't. We need to make sure that whatever we're doing, your nails are doing okay with, and that's why we need to check the nail health. But if you have any kind of oncoliosis, which is lifting of the nail plate, and then this bacteria gets in as well, that's when you get the thickening, and that's when you can get nail infections, and that's when it would be really sore and uncomfortable. And again, this could be that you've banged your nail in a door, for instance, you've had your gel nail on, then you've gone gardening, or it could be that your nail can't cope with the strength of the product or the strength of the light. It could be multiple things, and it's down to our Mooeys, our technicians, to make sure that everything we're doing is okay and that your nails are in optimum health and can take the product and can take what we're doing to it. It's the same as hair bleaching. Some people can take bleach, some people can't. Some people's hair really struggle. Your nails are keratin. It's the same. So we need to make sure that we're doing the best we possibly can by your natural nails and growing them out healthily, you know. Now, if you have any form of greenies, some of it, if it's very topical, can be buffed out. Your nail tech will see this and know how to deal with it. If it's a little bit deeper, then we would suggest that you trim your nails, keep them short, and also using a cuticle oil really helps. We would not apply more product on a nail that has a greenie. It's not great practice. We want it to grow out. We want it to grow out healthily. There are some nail techs that talk about vinegar baths. I've never tried it myself. And there's sort of like chlorine baths that you can do for your nails. Like I said, I don't know if it works because I've never tried it. But, you know, might as well give it a go if you do have a greenie. But there's no need to panic unless it's leading to an infection, because this particular bacteria is a really tough bacteria to deal with antibiotics. It doesn't respond to many antibiotics, and it can lead to other problems if it's not dealt with. Now, it's really uncommon that this bacteria would multiply so much and then you would spread it on parts of your body, and you would have to have a really compromised immune system for that to take place. However, if we are making sure that your nails, your natural nails, are healthy and that your gel product is maintained well, we will spot any of this before it leads to that. I hope that helps, and I hope that if there are any gardeners out there, please use gloves. And please wash your hands before coming in for a treatment, or use an anti-bac gel, for instance. Your nail tech, like I said, will use a spray anyway, and acetone. So we'll try and keep it as clean as possible to prevent any of this from happening. But don't panic if they do see it. Your nail techs will look after you. You're in great hands. Thanks very much.